I'm joined now by Joey Levin, the CEO of IAC, fresh on the heels of that earnings call this morning. Joey, thanks so much for being with us.
Hi, Julia. Glad to be here.
So, Joey, on the call and in your letter to shareholders, you talked about cutting costs and focusing on basics. Tell us what your outlook is overall for this year.
At IAC overall, we're planning to grow meaningfully on the profit side, and that's because we made huge investments in 2022, some of which are continuing, some of which are not continuing, but we had an opportunity to cut back on some of those costs and focus on some of the basics, and I think we have the opportunity to grow profit in a meaningful way this year, which is what we've pointed people towards.
Joey, one of the most interesting things in the call and also in your letter to shareholders was about M&A. You talked about M&A being essential to your growth, and you also said that you think this is a perfect environment to do deals. What types of deals are you most focused on right now?
Probably the most attractive place still is public companies. First of all, there's a lot of public companies that we're involved in, but also when you look at the market, I think the market treats things more honestly, more quickly than the private markets. And we've talked about this a lot, how private markets take a long time to adjust. Public markets have adjusted, I think, to a new reality, a new price of risk. And I think that now that public companies are starting to get comfortable or used to their new prices relative to the prices they saw 12 months ago, I think that you'll start to see transactions happen later this year. I don't know about for IAC specifically. For us, it's more whether there's a specific opportunity at a specific time, and we're focused on the individuals. But I do think generally, as people get comfortable in this new environment, you'll start to see transactions pick up generally.
Joey, talk to me about the different sectors that you see opportunity in right now. I mean, you're in so many different types of businesses between Turo and Care.com and MGM in the betting space. Is that an area you want to invest in more in or buy other companies in? What are you looking at?
We love those areas. Generally, we're still seeing consumers spending a lot. Corporations, the advertising market's still weak, but consumers still spending. So in areas where consumers are spending, we see the benefit of that. Turo's doing phenomenally well. MGM is doing phenomenally well, and we do like those businesses and those opportunities. And new categories too is somewhere where we'll look. Anytime we're looking at opportunities, we're evaluating that against internal opportunities, meaning whether to buy more shares in things that we already own, whether that's IAC or other things. But the consumer still spends. I don't know if that consumer spending is going to last forever. I mean, I think there's underlying signs that would worry us a little bit on the consumer's ability to spend forever. We do expect that spend to pull back at some point, but for now, they do still seem to be spending.
Yeah, you have such interesting insight into the consumer spending market because on one hand, you have Angie's List and you're seeing what people are spending money on when it comes to doing projects around their house. But then you also have insight into the labor market. You have this healthcare employment market. Vivian revenue doubled last year. And then, of course, you have exposure to the ad market. Are there any trends or things that you've seen just in the past couple of months that give you some insight into what 2023 could be like?
Yeah, again, consumers still spending, and it surprises us. It's kind of amazing. And labor market's still pretty strong. Obviously, a lot of people have seen layoffs in the tech market and those kinds of businesses, but that doesn't seem to have made a big impact. We're still seeing it challenging to hire employees in certain areas, and those things are tight. Vivian, the healthcare marketplace, is doing phenomenally well. Healthcare is perpetually understaffed, and so that they're a beneficiary of that. And independent of anything in the macro environment, I do think that healthcare will be understaffed for the foreseeable future. So those are some of the trends that we see. But ad market overall and corporate spending still pretty weak.